In today's video, I'm going to show you how to divide integers. Now, dividing integers is very similar to multiplying integers when dealing with positive and negatives. So let's look at these few quick tips to get the correct answers. Now, if you have a positive and you divided it by a positive number, you will always get a positive quotient. And I'm just going to show you the same notation with a fraction bar because that means the same thing as dividing. So positive over a positive will give you a positive. Now let's say you have a positive divided by a negative, that is going to give you a negative. So positive divided by a negative will give you a negative. Now let's say you have a negative divided by a positive. This will also give you a negative. So a negative over a positive will give you a negative. And a negative divided by a negative will give you a positive. So, just like when we were multiplying fractions, if the dividends have the same sign, the quotient is going to be positive. And if the dividends have opposite signs, the quotient is going to be negative. So let's look at a couple examples. If we have 6 divided by 3, we know that a positive divided by a positive will give us a positive number, and that's going to be equal to 2. So in fraction form, 6 divided by 3 will give us a positive 2. Now 6 divided by a negative 3, we know that that's going to give us a negative answer because it's a positive divided by a negative and they're opposite signs. And 6 divided by 3 is 2, so it's going to be negative 2. So 6 over negative 3 is going to give us negative 2. Let's say we have negative 6 divided by a positive 3. A negative divided by a positive are opposite signs, so negative 6 divided by a positive 3 is going to give us a negative 2. So negative 6 over a positive 3 is going to be equal to a negative 2. And let's say we have a negative 6 divided by a negative 3. A negative divided by a negative, both are the same sign, so that's going to give us a positive 2. So a negative 6 over a negative 3 gives us a positive 2. So again, when the dividends have the same sign, the answer is positive. When the dividends have opposite signs, like here's a positive and here's a negative, the answer is going to be negative. Let's look at one more example. Say that you're given more than just two numbers. Say you have 6 divided by 3 divided by 2. And let's say one of these is negative. A positive 6 divided by a negative 3 is going to give us a negative 2 because it's a positive number divided by a negative number. Opposite signs gives us a negative 2. Now we still have to divide by 2, but a negative divided by a positive are opposite signs. So 2 divided by 2 is 1, and there's a negative, so it's negative 1. Now let's say we have a negative 6 divided by a negative 3 divided by 2. Now, a negative divided by a negative is going to be a positive. So a negative 6 divided by a negative 3 is going to be a positive 2. And we know that a positive divided by a positive is still a positive.